The eliminations are here. Millesime versus United Gaming GS battle in the lower bracket of the Clash Masters. Remember, whoever wins first place will get $18,000 and a golden ticket for the Clash of Clans World Championship. Well, let's jump into KingsMan's attack with Super Barbarians. KingsMan, Eric, is to kick us off, and of course, it's the Super Barbarians.
Let me remind the chat here, for all the viewers at home here, that 9 out of 10 of these players have played in the World Championship. The only one who hasn't has definitely proven himself to be a capable player with Morio over on the United Gaming GS team here. But a lot of these players have actually had multiple World Championship appearances. So let's see if KingsMan can start us off right here. The Queen charge, dropping in at the very bottom of the base and going in after the Monolith directly. And he's got a lot of base here. He's gonna have to cover, and the Queen almost goes to ability right out of the gate there with all that Expo fire, Carbon.
That was close, but now he's able to get this value with this Queen and continue his way through. Because notice, both the defensive rage spells are higher up near the Town Hall, so the Monolith or the Expos down here did not get raged up, allowing that Queen to go through. But now here comes the triple Ice Golem looking to defend and slow this Queen down.
3 Ice Golem's gonna tie up for quite a while there, but he's got the poison, soften him up there, so he will try to, was he trying to wall break on the left side there? The wall breaker did not make it through. It hit a giant bomb, I think, and ended up not getting the opening for the core of the base there that he would definitely want, because this Queen, because it's a Super Barbarian attack, we are investing basically all of our spells, or at least the majority of them, to make sure that the Queen is able to get as much value as possible and make so the Super Barbarians are capable of clearing out the perimeter of the base there. So she has to wipe the core, but at the same time, look, we got the Warden and the King to point for the far left, and the Blimp is going to go right over the heads there as the air defense goes down. So he's not looking bad here if he can keep this Queen under control and get through into these core multis.
Yeah, that sweeper keeps pushing the Blimp back a little bit at a time as he makes the Queen invisible. She locks onto the wall. He rages up this Blimp over the Town Hall as he wants this Queen to grab both these multis, this value in the core as the Royal Champion. I believe, is she used up top? I think she is. Yeah, she's running up top behind some of the Super Barbs as the Queen getting raised up one final time, but the value with this Queen, with ability maybe used, yes, on the defensive Queen and for that other multi.
Very dangerous spot there for the Queen with a raged up defensive Queen striking at you. You got to have your ability on standby or freezer, but he handles it like a champ there as we're a champion pushing through. The King still providing some tanking out in front of her. Super Barbarians plus stuns from the Diggy. He pops that RC ability, clears the Kapar, but he's got the defense is seeming to be under control here, but he's needing to make his way back over to the side of the base there and get that last Tesla and the Rage Tower down. The Queen's going through the wall to go after it, and she actually, she's choosing a good wall here, Carbon. She chose the intersection, but I think the World Champion will beat her to the punch there and will steal the glory from under her feet. It is a triple for KingsMan as Millesime starts us off right here in this lower bracket elimination match.
That was close.
Do here with a recall Queen charge into a super bowler smash.
I'm loving this. This is the attack that I've been practicing. Oh, no. This is what would happen to me. Healers would transfer off. Yep, that would happen. But let's see. Queen. Oh, no. Abilities used.
That's not good, Carbon. That's rough. No. That's rough. But the Queen will survive at least. No ability. And she can move off to the right side. And I don't know with the path that he's taking what his plan is with the recall here. Like, what do you even do with a recall if the Queen is kind of going where you'd want to enter the base anyways?
So when I've done this attack in Legends and the Queen does go where I want at the end of the day, I then still send the boulder smash in and then recall the troops out from maybe before the Town Hall explodes. That's what I was practicing when I was doing it, is because it happens sometimes. Yeah, so and when I've done that, it's actually worked really well. See, the Queen is going that way, but because he then sent the Queen far to the edge, now she won't be stepping straight into all that damage on her own there.
Well, also, the raged up multi-inferno was still targeting her healers there, so he kind of had to do an emergency evacuation for that Queen to make sure that he could keep the Queen's healers safe, because he would have lost them all, and I don't know how much HP these healers still have as they make their way forward, but he's got a pretty solid funnel there with the Flamethlinger finishing up in that top corner. A couple party wizards down behind it, once again celebrating the 11th anniversary of Clash, the Clash anniversary, with the party wizards being more optimal than regular wizards, able to get some good support there. But the bowler's going to the base here, and he's got a ward ability on standby, and he's just holding it for now here, Carbon.
Yeah, being very patient, but he has one more invis. We got Yetis coming out of the flame, fling of the super bowlers. Come on, come back around. There's the ward ability. Getting this push right on through. The whole point is you need these healers to transfer off your queen and then start to heal up those super bowlers. There's the invis, taking out the town hall. But the brilliant thing is if you can get to line up, the super bowlers can skip through the town hall and hit the buildings behind it. But unfortunately, they are getting spun around. They did go down. Now it's reliant on his king, queen, and royal champion.
How are these healers still alive is the biggest question I have. A couple of them get picked off there. A couple of traps going off. I think he's down to 1 or 2. But the queen is still alive and moving. The world champion getting the support of the king there, providing tanking. And the queen takes the jump back up to the top of the base here. I feel like you raged the queen. I think you raged the queen and pushed to the defensive Grand Warden. Because as that Warden goes down, the world champion will move to the backside of the base here unimpeded. Morio has got it if he's got the time. And the queen charge stayed alive. We'll clear up those top storages and party wizards will step in and celebrate the victory. It's a triple. United Gaming GS will get the triple to tie up the score. And let's dive over to Synthe. He's going in with, it looks like, all bats and invisibility. And so he must have seen a pocket of defenses that he can take out altogether. And I think I see a 2. I think it's the 2 expos and the 2 multis. He's going for all of it. And he is going to wipe out and cripple the core of the base here and remove a lot of the damage that the Rage Tower would be able to boost as it is.
Oh, sweeper. Uh-oh.
Oh, the sweeper stops the expo on one side, but he gets the other one.
Yeah.
He can work with that, Carbon.
But he does have an Electro Titan, which will be good, because that will be kind of like your poison spell. That's the whole point of the Electro Titan, to help clear the CC. As the Warden ability clips every single balloon and the blimp, and he finds, red air bombs, sinking air mines, tornado trap as he tried to get to the town hall.
Holding my breath here. Don't pass out, Eric. Okay, he's got the town hall down. He's also, because he didn't actually go after the CC with the Skelly Donut, he actually gets the CC pull with the blimp when he does this attack like this. This is a new thing that Synthe's been breaking out here. A lot of different variations of this attack, but it's actually been an extremely effective way to take bases down. And with the CC pull, you don't have to get the Skelly Donut to destroy the CC building because of the way that he does the blimp here. So now he can wrap around the base here, and he'll just prioritize the side that has that expo still setting, so it's not fired on him later on, and he can make up for missing that at the start.
Yeah, with his heroes making their way around, no wall breakers. So he's going to rely on the openings in this wall to get all the value, to continue his way all the way up to that monolith. As this queen can grab the outground expo, but has to go through the storage first. And look at the warden. He's still floating his way right on through with this queen. Is she going to go up to the expo? She should. Yes, she does. So the king's ability goes off with more super barbs, and he's got just 2 spells remaining.
And if the regular warden goes down, the grand warden, I guess we should call him, if he goes down, then the apprentice warden will pick up and will continue to boost the queen's HP, but the king goes to a Phoenix up top there. The world champion will step in after he goes to Phoenix and get in there and get the stun and take the monolith down. So looking pretty solid here. He's done a very good job of protecting his heroes and making sure that he preserves their HP. And somehow this warden has not found a black arrow bomb. I don't know how he survived all this way into the base there, but he's sticking in there for the long run, Carbon.
Yeah, he unfortunately did miss that freeze, but the Royal Champion's continuing her way around, uses that invis, and here comes the Super Barbarians to distract the cannon, distract these defenses on the backside, passed his way into the Wizard Tower with a couple more Super Barbs. Royal Champion's running around and is looking good here for Synthe. Taking out those defenses right away. Doesn't even have to worry about the blimp, but yeah, like you said in the beginning, using his blimp with Yetis on the ground, that helped not only take out the town hall, but also luring the clan castle out so he didn't get frozen in the core with the smash. So very smart use of the blimp to kind of achieve 2 objectives. Okay, there we go. You were I didn't see the time there, but it's a 3. What can Ryuta do with the Super Dragons? But what we're noticing with the Super Dragons is he doesn't have Super Barbarians on the backside. So let's see if he's able to get this one done. Because the attacks with Super Barbs with the Super Dragons on the backside tends to be stronger in the attacks that we've seen so far. Let's see if that holds true in this one.
All right, well, he needs to get the funnel set here, and he's got a queen charge with recall to be able to set both sides of the funnel. He does have, if he wants to go through the Eagle Artillery with his entry, it wouldn't be a bad spot to go in there. He could go directly into the sweeper. I'm always nervous when people decide to put dragons into the side of the sweepers, because I feel like if they start to get clipped, then they get pushed way out to the trash there. So I'm a big fan of pushing dragons directly into the head-on wins of one sweeper, and we'll see what he decides to do there. He is going to come in the sides, but they're split. They're split in the center there, so I don't know if he'll take the knockback there, but he should be able to get to the core of the base here, and with a blimp to go secure the town hall, the queen can just work on the outside along the bottom here, and we'll see if we can keep him under control here.
As that blimp is flying through, ooh, double seeking air mines here on one of the super dragons, as you got to pop this one billion, as they're going to kind of split in a couple different directions here. Clips them, more going into the core, a couple to the bottom as he freezes. Oh, the sweeper did push around, but there's the blimp, but the town hall is secured in time.
Got the sweeper triggered early, so it doesn't have to worry about the super dragons getting spun around to the core of the base there, but the mono doing a lot of damage. It now transfers over to the queen, and he's got a skeleton spell there to pick up the tanking as the queen gives up that targeting, but he did leave a lot in the core of the base here. Specifically, look at that warden under Phoenix. I love the warden with the Phoenix in any kind of dragon attack there. It makes so that he can get a couple additional targets there. In that case, he's able to pick up a multi-inferno, which is huge for later on, but the queen survives and makes it past the monolith, and she is moving into a low damage area with the rage tower already triggered and will fade, and she can survive there without extra support here, which means he can focus on the road champion and the king now.
Yeah, with this road champion making her way up to the top side, Grand Warden taking that down, but that defensive rage spell is slowly come back. He's got a rage of his own. He's got a freeze as well. There's a rage on his RC. Now the Expo is going to hit this RC eventually unless his other heroes get within range. But no. Ability.
Okay. Well, the problem is he didn't have, since he used the Phoenix on the warden, the Phoenix was not around to go take the defensive road champion down, so she stays standing as the king dies out, and he's got some extra troops there distracting for a moment. The RC is going to drop, and it's down to the queen. The queen has her ability. She's got 30 seconds here, and she can reach everything. I think he's got it in the bag here, Carbon.
Oh, look at this. He's smiling, pops the queen ability. And it works. Wow, he didn't need the super barbarians at the backside. And the queen is going to walk around. I'm surprised she didn't go hit the wall there. You know, I would have thought the queen went into the wall, you know. But he gets it just enough. And Ryuta with a 3-star.
And right now they're looking to exceed that. And they might need to take the other team down. But now we get to see almualin, the only non-French player on Millesime, will be diving in as he represents Spain for this attack, and it looks like he's going with Sneaky Goblins, Lightning, and Lalo for this one.
Yeah, 5 lightning spells, but wait, is there no earthquake?
There's no earthquake. What is he doing?
Is
that a mistake? I feel like he's... I don't know what to think right now, Carbon.
Guys?
What do we do with that? What do you do with 5 lightning with no quake?
You can't take out a multi. You need 5 and an earthquake to take out a multi. Okay, he's gonna... All right, maybe that's not the play. He was going to go down south in front of the queen.
Really?
Or my guess is that he realized his mistake, and then he's now using the spells for something else? I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I don't know what to think right now. But the road champion diving into the Eagle Artillery, the monolith up top there. She got the protection that she was needing to get through the monolith, but she dies out before she gets to the Eagle Artillery. King diving into the scatter on the right side of the base there. He's got the Phoenix, but the king dies out before the scatter shot goes down. So that's another point where he misses a key target, and the queen is walking around the town hall.
He got sneakies. He got sneakies.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. You're right. Good call.
Yeah. So the queen's not. The goal is not to grab the town hall here, because he can sneaky goblin the town. Oh, but they're not going for the town hall. They go for the storage. Oh.
Blimp. He's going to have to go to the blimp to secure the talent takedowns. They're going to have a choice there. Burns a freeze onto it. Dragon Rider and Balloons pop out there, but he definitely would have preferred that he could have maybe even like put in a slammer into that top archer tower and gone to the Eagle Artillery. But as it stands, he's going to struggle into the core of the base here with a couple of spells left to support and pretty tight pathing, but taking Eagle Artillery strikes there, and Rage Tower on the backside is nearly reset and is about to boost that backside multi. It's going to tear him to shreds if that thing goes off.
especially with the sweeper that's pointing in that direction too. Trying to get through this eagle. The multi scatter shot, way too much deadly splash on the backside for him to push through. My only guess is when he was about to do the lightning spells and the earthquake first, he realized, oh, guys, where's my earthquake? He forgot an earthquake, so he couldn't take out, let's say, I think he wanted to grab the multi-sweeper and defensive rage. I think that's what he wanted, and then he wanted to sneak. I think that was the exact same attack that was used against this base last time, and it worked, or something, or maybe it was very close. So he was just trying to replicate it.
You think about it, if you destroyed those 3 buildings, obviously they're the last of the buildings standing in that area right now.
Yeah.
So you would have saved a lot of balloons, but also getting the lightning to take out the rage tower would have pre-triggered it before the king got in there, and the king probably would have been able to power through that scatter shot, so that removes more. They can still work with that. 86. 86 is the final, and we'll see if GS can take advantage of that and pull ahead now.
That has happened to you, absolutely. But we're seeing a Skelly donut coming in with the no, Skelly's going in for the clan castle, so he's just going straight up for the ground expo and the eagle. All right, Stadra.
All right, but he doesn't have a poison, so he does have a blimp though, and he's got an electro titan, so he could actually go pull the CC with the blimp, and I feel like he would need to on this one here, but he invests the warden and the balloons. He's doing something very similar to what Synthe was doing. He does the Skelly donut, going after all the defense, the big defenses, prioritizing them instead of prioritizing the CC building, then he can have a Yeti bomb pop out of here, and he gets a full CC pull, secures it on takedown, balloons on the way to the scatter shot, but they missed the scatter shot. So he was able to get the majority of his value that he's looking for there, but missing that scatter shot, definitely going to need to be dealt with later on, but at least get the Roar Champion out of the way with some invincible headhunters under that ward ability. So he can work with this. He just has to go back for that, and he only has one small mistake holding him back right now. Yeah, he's going to have to push through these super minions, and that's very nice to be able to pull out the clan castle nice and early, as now the king, Ice Golem, are going to path their way towards the monolith with that queen on behind. Super Barbarians being placed as there's a beautiful skeleton spell to provide that distraction so he can continue to make his way around, but that rage spell that was originally by the town hall, it's coming back. Sure is, and so is the other one over by the right side scatter shot as well. Interesting base layout here. Like, it looks like it's a symmetrical base, but it's not quite. Those rage towers make a big difference there, but he sends in a couple of super barbs in for the right side. Giant bombs going off there, but they get inside the minimum to the scatter shot, and the warden not able to clear them fast enough, and he perfectly calculated that there. The fact that he knew exactly how many super barbs he needed to get that scatter shot down is really what's impressive about these players. They never seem to overcommit, and they put in exactly what they need, and they're good at calculating that. And also, that's also a big part of the communication, so that your team is in your ear saying, hey, you need this here. They can see the HP of the buildings, but you can't while you're actively attacking unless it just recently took damage. So communication is extremely important. That's where the teamwork factor comes into this. And overall, Stadra's looking pretty strong here. Eric, there's like almost 40% left, and he's only got 30 seconds left. he's gonna get a percent every second. Like, he's gotta move faster. He's gotta get more than a percent. He's gotta go faster. Especially with the defending king, there's no way he's got the time. Okay, but he needs to get 86% to get the tie. If he gets to 86% in the next 10 seconds here, then he can still get his team tied up here. If he gets 87%, they can take the lead. He's trying to push for it, but he has his hero abilities popped, and he's out of time, and he falls short on percentage. Carbon, he's 5 buildings behind the mark you need to reach. And it's the Queen Charge Recall Super Dragons. Okay, we weren't seeing this success before. And now we're seeing it, and there's actually starting the 3-star. Maybe they're really starting to figure out the key to this attack. Yeah, well, I would hope that they would have figured it out here before they reached this stage. But obviously, Tryhard is very proficient with a lot of different attack series. All these players are, but we'll see if he can keep Millesime into the lead here now, as the queen goes right into danger, charging after that monolith takedown. A freeze and rage there gets him through. It drops, and the queen can then round south, and ideally, she goes all the way to the defensive Grand Warden. But at the same time, it might just be a good idea to get her out of there. But he did deploy all 5 of his healers, and so one of the healers transfers and will not survive the transition over to where the queen was redeployed, and it ends up dying out. So he swagged the healer there. Definitely could have played that a little bit different there and preserve that healer by only deploying 4 initially. But Carbon, here comes the Super Dragons, and we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, the Super Dragons are down. He's trying to set that path to send them right through the side of this base with that blimp responsible for going for that Town Hall. There's the Warden ability, clipping all the Super Dragons, but one that goes off to its own towards that Eagle Artillery. But now the Town Hall is going down with all the balloons, pulling some red air bombs. Town Hall's been secured, and out comes a Rocket Loads and a Lava Hound from the Clan Castle.
Forcing the Queen ability with that. The Queen has to survive through those rocket balloons. Otherwise, if she gets forced to ability or as the rocket balloons are going down, then she can sometimes die through her ability. She's got to be very, very mindful of that. But the Super Dragons have actually stayed together for the most part, and they stayed on the interior of the base there because the Queen was able to cut off the pathing so well at the bottom because of the initial stages of that Queen chart before the recall. So if they get this Ground Expo down, that would be huge. If they only get the Ground Expo down, that would be fine, I feel like. So that one Super Dragon currently is, he really needs that down. So he's going to reinforce there as the Dragon starts to get picked away and make sure that that Expo drops and also the multi, because that keeps the Queen safe as he continues to march forward to the right side of the base.
Yeah, with the Royal Champion clearing through this multi, now trying to get to the defensive RC. The King came back to life with the Phoenix down south as everything's starting to come together from the side. The Queen does not have her ability. And we've got a Ground Expo. We've got a Scattershot. The Warden is trying to provide assistance, but he's going down to this air defense. Is it enough? Ground Skelly for Tryhard.
I don't know. That Expo's doing so much damage here. The Scattershot's picking up. He's still got the Diggy, though. Diggy might be the clutch player here. He gets the stun. His hands are he doesn't know. Diggy takes the stun. And Tryhard has the triple. Millesime will maintain their lead. Go to the final exchange. Obviously, a triple is ideal here and could definitely put them into a better position. But they don't control their own fate, and they can afford a miss here as long as they keep the percentage up. But one of the last 2 attacks needs to be a triple no matter what here. And we'll see if Nyarome, the team captain for United Gaming GS, is able to pull through with another Super Dragon attack here. Seen a lot of representation from Super Dragons this war here, Carbon.
Indeed, with the Queen charging her way down at 6 o'clock to help go grab that air defense. Flame Flinger's going to get in range of the mortar. What's your plan for the distraction of it? Or there is no plan. He's just going to, all right, just go on through and just let it do damage to the Flame Flinger. And then whatever comes out can join in with the Super Dragons.
Sometimes another Super Dragon, sometimes Super Minions like to come out of that Flame Flinger there, but he's got a Baby Dragon working on the trash to get it back in action. And it looks like this Queen doing a fantastic job down south there, getting raised up here. Defensive CC is Super Minions. Looks like a couple Archers in the mix as well. I'm not sure if I saw any other ground troops come out of there, but may want to just destroy the CC, and he gets it down there, and whatever's in there will go down with it. Probably rocket balloons. But into the Town Hall we go. He's got it very well under control, the Town Hall area, and the Dragons staying tightly packed and mowing those defenses down here, Carbon.
They are indeed, but the Queen ability was forced as the King's running his way to the right side, but the Super Dragons had a really beautiful split going right through the core, grabbing that value as now the King needs to make his way up and around. You got to utilize these spells for his heroes at this point. Gonna probably either freeze or make his Queen invisible to help to deal with the enemy Queen. Yeah, decides to go with the freeze spell. Cannot lose your Queen as he got another 2 freezes, a rage, and an invis.
Lots of time to work with here. Can be patient on his Royal Champion. He can afford the extra time right now, just to make sure that he can get the best optimal position to drop her in right now. But where is that optimal position? I feel like it's up in the top of the base there. I feel like he just needs to wait for just the King and the Queen to develop a little bit further there and then collapse in the top quarter with the rest of his cleanup troops there and then hold a Headhunter for the defensive King, because he's not going to be able to power through the last area unless everybody works together. So here we go. The final push begins. This would put us back to a 5-building split between the teams. Nyarome's looking very good here, Carbon. I think he's got it in the bag. He's got so many spells left and an RC ability to top it off.
Look at all. He's going to pop the RC ability, skip across here. He's got a freeze. Technically, you don't have to kill the King. Just make him invisible. Sure. You can finish off for a 3. And there you go. United Gaming GS answers the call. Eryam, no pressure on you as he's coming in with a Skelly Bat Donut. with the pressure on the line, this is what he's picking. I don't know how they can stay so focused. My hands would be shaking as he makes one of the multis invisible here.
He's got it under control, though. The Bat's locked back onto it, going after the 4 targets. Skelly, Donut here, and potentially get the Rage Tower to trigger afterwards as well. And it looks like he's successful. There we go. Eryam, that was a thing of beauty right there. And now, with that area cleared out here, he can now either dive to the Town Hall with the heroes or to the Eagle Artillery. The Eagle Artillery is looking pretty juicy, but the Town Hall has the invisibility tower next to it, and he may just want to go over there and make sure that that is dealt with, because, I mean, I don't even know. I'd be so nervous right now. This is intense here, Carbon.
It is.
Don't know if he's going to be able to pull this through, but he's got it off to a very good start.
He already sent the Royal Champion Ice Golem into the defensive king, distracting them off. Ability goes off. He activates that invis, which makes the Town Hall invisible, which means that it's going to come back so the queen can secure it. So that RC ability was actually clutch. Queen gets stalled on these stores just long enough so the Town Hall becomes uninvisible.
That was perfect. That was perfect. He handled that like an absolute champion. The king goes over to the right side of the base there. He goes to Phoenix. He actually gets some of the traps pre-triggered there with the Phoenix on that right side. And so he won't have to deal with those later on, but he still wants to push in to the defensive queen first so we can get the early deployment of the headhunters. But that means he is taking raged up Eagle artillery strikes there, but he does use the ward ability. He's able to survive through the word champion cut across the base there. He still has a hound and a slammer, Carbon. He's got so much left over here. He's overwhelming the backside of the base there. This is completely crushed.
What?
He's got the win.
Yeah, look at all these balloons. Yes, the eagle is up. He is happy. He's pumping his fist with the stone slammer. Now finishing it off. World champion just goes down, but it is a 3-star, and no matter what, they are going to be victorious and advancing in the lower bracket. They will be taking on Strut next, which will be tomorrow, as this is the final match that is of today. So well done to you, Eryam, with the pressure on. We still have one more attack to come in here for United Gaming GS with the, we got a hog, only one hog. Okay, it's Queen Charge Lalo. Let's see if we can close it out with at least a 3-star.
Let's face it, it's basically a hog attack here. Puts in that hog. Oh, now it's not a hog attack anymore. All right, Lalo, gonna get ready here. Is the king trying to split from the queen? I thought he was trying to push the king into the scatter shot at the top there, but the king has gotten out in front of the queen, and the funnel's kind of wonky right now, and I'm not sure what he does with that top compartment there. The king's gonna go off over here, but maybe he can work with it. Maybe the king just continues to form the funnel out ahead there, and maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah,
a tough spot there, and he's had to find a way to handle that.
Couple Skellies popping up in front here, but able to deal with that. But the healers, no. The healer's getting hit, so he's forced with the freeze. So he sends a bunch of balloons, but a sweeper is pushing them back. If he can grab this multi, protects the healers to keep this queen charging through.
All right, well, right now it's not going so hot here, so maybe it was fated to go to Millesime one way or another, but the queen does reach over the wall there and got the defensive royal champion down, but not before he lost his own royal champion to her, and so he's in a troublesome spot right now. Not really going the way that he would have hoped, and he's used up a lot of his army already, just trying to account for the things going on around the queen that didn't go exactly the way he needed it to. But he does have the balloons going across the top of the base there. More balloons on standby here, and he'll push in the Rage Tower and see if he can pull this back. Maybe he still can. Maybe he can get this queen to survive, and she is getting that monolith down. Ooh. Got it. Okay, she's going to find a little bit of safety there, Carbon, and he can start to concentrate on the Lalo.
Yeah, with another freeze to use. Doesn't need to use it on the queen just yet because the ground expo does lock onto her. He's making his way. He doesn't have a royal champion. Oh, he's got one more rage. He can rage up his healers to help keep that queen going. There's a freeze on the defensive queen to keep going right on through, taking out the tassel. It's an opening in the wall, so the queen can actually go for the scatter shot there.
Not only that, Carbon, but with the scatter shot out of the way there, there's not a lot of damage on the queen, so the healers can go down. Yeah. And she still has enough HP that she'll round back and take the multi down. Guys, that's tragic right there and incredible at the same time, because that means that if Millesime ended up slipping up at any point there and gave up that percentage advantage, then this attack would have sent.
Congrats to Millesime on advancing in the lower bracket, to take on Strut.